Hello, this is a video message for the parents of the upcoming Synergy and Executive groups. Last night there was a Zoom meeting with a representative from World Strides who is our representative for the trip coming up in April of 2024. The purpose of the meeting was to give some information about World Strides. It is an educational travel company. I will be attaching the link to that meeting so that you can watch it if you missed it. And that will be in the shared drive for next year's Synergy and Executive Kits, which means you're going to have to ask your student to pull that up and send it to you. The information was posted about the Zoom meeting in that same drive, and I showed the kids how to access that during class times yesterday. So the trip is going to be to San Antonio, and we will be competing in a national festival. The outline is April 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th, and we will be traveling by chartered bus. In the Zoom meeting, the representative dropped a number that probably made people go, oh my goodness. And I believe she said somewhere around $745 per student. A large portion of that is the transportation. I think the per student for the actual activities is around $350. The transportation for the group was split among around 40 students. We have 46 traveling. That's how many made the two groups. So unless we lose a couple students before fall, that's how many kids would be on the trip. And the cost per person with transportation, she quoted it around $745. And so I plan to absorb through fundraising approximately 50% of each student's trip. Here are the fundraisers that I am submitting to our school board when I check out in May next week. First of all, every year we do dessert theater. Dessert theater brings in around $5,000 a year. This year we were slightly under. Usually the banks come and show support, and this year the banks did not come. So we're hoping that next year the banks will return to us. If you bank locally, please encourage our banks to support our kids because we do have such a big traveling year. Also, this spring, we did a murder mystery dinner theater. It was our first one. We had a learning curve. We will be doing a mystery musical and dinner in the fall very early so that our trip has a good jump start. So I plan for a mystery dinner in September. That's all hands on deck. All students will be performing. The format will be slightly different than this year's, and the musical has already been chosen. It is a full musical, 90 minutes long, and the main cast will be rehearsing with me some during the summer. Dessert theater, the theme is colors, and it will be in October around Halloween, as always. The third fundraising event is a little different. We are doing a second musical at the winter concert. So instead of the kids getting up and singing a traditional concert, it will be a 45-minute musical called Jingle Jury. Jim Dandy says that Christmas spirit is a bunch of nonsense, and the case is then presented. So that is all Synergy and Executive students singing in the chorus, many having roles. The costuming is quite easy, so nobody needs to panic about that. Additional fundraisers that I will be submitting will be things that are not as large scale, such as bake sales. Some of the kids have asked to do a car wash, and so I will be submitting all of those. I believe the bake sales would be in small groups with the money going to that group. So if your student is in Group A, the money from Group A will go to Group A students' accounts. The money from Group B students will go to Group B students' accounts, and the money from Group C. I'll submit a total of 3 requests, and I will sit with the students for some of the day, and I will bake along with the students for each of those bake sales. However, I will not commit to 6 hours every time a bake sale goes out. I'm going to need some parent help for supervision on those. So those are the things that are upcoming. The World Strides meeting, if you watch it, she did on their website, there is a way you can sign your student up to send out an email, and friends and family from anywhere can then go in and donate to a particular student. My large scale fundraising, the 2 musicals and dessert theater monies, will be split between the students. I've already made a deposit, so when your account gets opened, your student's account will already have money applied to it. Now, on the meeting, there was information, and there's also a slideshow, which I will be linking up to that shared drive in your student's drive. You must enroll your student on this trip. So that also gives me a better idea of travel numbers. The deadline that she would like students to sign up for this trip is May 18th. You do not have to put a lot of money down, and we'll talk more about that in the fall. But if your student's planning to travel and you want to go ahead and let family know, then you need to create your travel account now. So there'll be more questions. I know, please email them to me. And I'll make other answer videos and submit emails to the company as necessary. But I wanted everybody to have some idea of what we've got planned so that nobody panicked. Have a great week.